What up, good people? What's going on? What's going on? Facebook, uh, my YouTube channel, Twitter, Twitch, all those good little places that we are streaming. We are now live. You are now in the no judgment zone, discussing topics with no judgments, discussing topics with no judgments. With me, yours truly, Sean Taylor. I got my co-host with me today, Brandon Lampley. You know what I'm saying? You know that fella with the high top fade, but he got the hat on today, so he must got to get
Yeah.
that haircut. He
Hey.
must got to get it
No.
cleaned up.
No. Yeah. No. It's clean. The haircut is still nice. It's just that hard hat. Smush it down during the day. Look
I
like a
hear you,
mushroom
dog.
under there right now.
I hear you, man. I hear you, man. So, man, listen, me and Brandon, we've been off track, but man, we got a game plan to get this thing, steady back on its course. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He been busy, I've been busy, we've been missing each other, but we gonna give the people what they want. We're gonna give the people what they want. So today's message of our broadcast, podcast, y'all know what we saying. Don't make major decisions when reeling from a loss. And so that's a very broad, broad topic of discussion. So I'm gonna lead off and just share a couple of things. Like I've had a lot of losses, and I've made major bad decisions from losses, from grieving, just becoming unhinged, making bad decisions, you know, uh, doing self-medicating in the wrong way,
Yeah.
anger issues, just all different types of things from loss, materialistic loss, money loss. I mean, it just kind of puts you all in a bad way. Even losses of breakups or divorces or whatever. It just it's you could go we could go so many ways with this. But the losses, when I've suffered
Yeah.
losses that I thought that mattered to me, I've made bad decisions after those losses to try to get past those losses. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm gonna let B go with it, and B expound on making major decisions when reeling from a loss and what it means and how you can come back from that.
Man. Well, at first it starts by accepting the L. That first L.
Yeah.
Don't compound the loss. Please don't compound the loss. You're making the loss worse than it already has to be. So you got to
Right.
accept the loss. You got to accept that you're losing. You got to accept whatever state you in, whatever's the result of the loss. Whoever you lost, got to accept it, because if you don't, then it starts to compound on top of it. You starts to make those very bad decisions. And it's funny that we doing this topic because I just watched a little bit of it so far, but me, I love me some Ali Sadiq, and he just dropped his latest comedy album he did for YouTube. It's called Domino Effect Part 2, and it's about loss, and he's talking about losses in his life. So when I saw the title of this, I was like, man, that's crazy, and you just talked about, and how you can't make informed decisions around that time. Like, it's very, very tough, even though there are times when you are going through that, you have to, like, life doesn't stop, nothing stops, you have to keep going. Something happens, you have to make sound decisions, and that's decisions that won't haunt you in the future to compound the loss.
Right. And also, based off my experiences of losses, when you make bad decisions, and I like to, when you making decisions from a loss, it's never coming from a place of clarity. It's always coming from an emotional place.
Yeah.
Emotional decisions, my mom has always taught me, my sensei has said to me, emotional decisions is the worst time to make a decision. You do not want to make a decision from an emotional place, because that doesn't come from a place of logic. It doesn't come from a place of reasoning. It doesn't even come from a place of common sense. Because if feelings, emotions, they're the same thing. There is no room for logic. I mean, if we take anything when a person
Yeah.
is getting emotional, people have killed people in an emotional state of mind. People have committed
Yeah.
crimes in an emotional state of mind. People have done wrong. For me, when I suffered losses from 2018 all the way, man, I mean, the decisions I made after that, they was messy. They was messy. And to be perfectly honest with you, yeah, I'm making these decisions because I'm coming from a place of pain. That pain, that's emotion. So if you're a man, first and foremost, that ain't good anyway. You can't lead nobody when your emotions is all out of whack. You can't reason, you really can't think. Pretty much every move you make is not going to be a good move. And then, you ever heard the old cliche be that uh hurt people?
Oh yeah.
Hey, the times that I've been in a place of pain and hurt, I've hurt others based off my
Yeah.
status. And will a lot of people admit that they've hurt people when they hurt people? No, because a lot of people want to live a life that they got it all figured out. They got all the answers to the test. They living their best life. I mean, you know what I'm saying, B. No one wants to
Yes.
admit their shortcomings, but they can criticize others all the time. B, what you think about that, bro?
Absolutely. Shoot, hurt people hurt people. You know what that sounds like? Sounds like the dating market right now. Now, of course, I'm not on the market, but just from
That's
people
true.
won't shut up about it. Like they won't stop talking about it and the atrocities that they're going through on the market to where people are like straight up like, I'm not doing it anymore. People are taking so many losses just in dating that they're giving it up completely. That's a real
Right,
thing, you know.
right,
I mean, just
right.
it's unfathomable. And like you say, being in an emotional state while making decisions, especially as a man, you have to know that you cannot make emotional decisions, especially our young men who were, influenced by their mothers and they watch their mothers make those decisions. And it's not your fault, how you were brought up the way you were brought up, but you're not going to get the same results she got when she was in an emotional state and she did emotional things. It's two separate standards. It is what it is. That whole equality or whatever, those things do not exist. I mean, it is what it is. It's going to be a difference. If I start crying in the middle of a parking lot, people be like, yo, who's that big dude over there crying? Get him away from my car. But if a woman is crying, everybody's going to want to know why she's crying. I mean,
Mm.
that's just what it is. So, especially as a man, making emotional decisions, especially after you already had a loss,
Yeah.
it can be devastating.
Yeah, it really can, man. Even the loss of there's times I've lost jobs, you know, uh, being in love. I can count on one hand because I ain't been in love. I ain't been in love that many times. Maybe twice, maybe three times tops in my life. I mean, but the thing about it is that when you go through that loss, man, you have to unravel yourself as a man from that emotional place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you need to go through your do you need to go through your BS? When you go through your BS, one thing I wish I would have done when I was in a place of pain is not bring anybody else into my mess. If I could go back,
Mm,
I wouldn't
yeah.
bring nobody in my mess. You know what I'm saying? Because when people can care about you, but you don't even care about yourself sometimes when you're in that emotional place because you're suffering that loss. And I really picked up on this. There's this show that I love, man. I fell in love with. It's called Suits.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a dope show, but man, the show hits on real topics, and it's based off a dude who's pretty much is a genius, man. He can memorize anything. I mean, any problems he just
Yeah.
get it, whatever, whatever. But there are two managing partners. You got Harvey Specter, and then you got Jessica. Jessica is a black, beautiful woman, and there's Harvey Specter, who's a managing partner, which is a white guy who just got so much swag and suave and just smart and just cool with it. And I think it was, I don't know if it was Jessica or if it was Harvey who made the statement. If I think it was Harvey Specter who said, "You never make decisions reeling from a loss. You never make emotional decisions reeling from a loss. You gonna mess
Yes.
everything up." Now, if we had to, if we was doing a panel of men and then a panel of women, and they was sitting on the other side of each other, everybody would agree who is the most emotional person between men and women. Women are, but men are becoming the men of the men of 2023 are becoming just as emotional as women.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would agree.
We talk about it all the time, Scott. We
All that
do.
complaining, whining, bitching, moaning. I'm like, man, come on,
Beige
man.
race.
Hey. so, but you see me coming with the one line of funnies I call them, and I can't even get out what I want to say. So, you know, I say all the time, and I make a joke about it because it's true.
Yeah.
Because men want to be women and women want to be men in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? I guess I get it, but I don't get it. It's like when a woman's going, B, you just said it, when a woman's going through something emotional, everybody running to their aid. When a man going through emotional, women out here be like, man, quit acting like a bitch and man up.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, and it's supposed to be your life partner. So you got a life partner telling you, you know, you know, quit being a bitch and man up. Imagine if a man told a woman that. That's his life partner. She whining and crying. Quit being a bitch and man up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that would be a crazy dynamic to do. But it's so true. That's why um, I wrote a post, pretty much a letter to my kids on Facebook, and I was breaking down to my son. I said, "You are not going to understand what it's being like to be a man until you're on your own. That means you from up your mom up. You're going off your mama's tit. You up out of the house.
Yeah.
You're doing your own thing. You're making your own money. You're paying your own bills. You ain't asking nobody for nothing." When you become a man, then you're going to understand the manly things that I've been trying to explain to you in your teenage years. Right now, your brain is foggy. You ain't gonna get nothing that I'm saying until you become a man on your own. And
Yeah.
that's the only way young boys are going to understand what their fathers are trying to teach them. And they can be like, this is what dad was going through. This is what dad was talking about. I see why dad is silent. I see why dad shuts
Mm-hmm.
down. I see why he ain't even talking to me right now. So no one gets it because you get tired of talking, trying to explain from people who only see it from their perspective. So you can't talk to ignorant people. You can't talk to people who are closed-minded. That's why men keep it to themselves. And I'm not saying that women are ignorant and they're closed-minded, but they don't open their ears and they don't open their minds enough to be open-minded enough to understand or to comprehend that man better, to get an understanding of knowing what he's going through without trying to pretty much step on his manhood, so to speak. B, what you think about that?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, it's like one of my favorite memes. Um, they show a guy, he's drowning, and you see somebody hand come along. His hand is only his hand out of the water, and he's drowning. He's in despair. He's reeling from loss. He's making emotional decisions, and so the hand out of the water signifies what he's going through. And society is the other hand that comes and gives him a high five and it says, "Man up." That's
Yeah,
what he gets. That's what
yeah.
he is. And I mean, in no way, shape, or form is any of this complaining by either me or Sean. We've accepted what it is a
Oh
long
yeah,
time ago. We're just addressing it. I mean, and
yeah,
it's unfortunate. I mean, and as men, we've learned and we may have done the work to be able to sustain and be able to deal in this world. But there are a lot of men, and especially the boys, who cannot process it. They cannot deal with it. I was I said, I gotta, when I find this video, I gotta send it to you. It was some little show panel. They was asking what masculinity means, and it was a bunch of different guys from a bunch of different backgrounds. And we so embarrassing sometimes, Sean. The black dude on there sounded like one of the softest ones. Like I was like, and he had to lead with "I'm black and I'm from the hood." Nobody else led with race and what it was from. So
Right.
that's not important.
Nope.
And you had a guy who's like a white guy. He was a cowboy, and he talked about masculinity. He talked about sacrifice, and he talked about being a leader, and selfless, being a protector, being a provider. Everything he listed. And this group was talking about that show, and he was like, the things that the man described is too much for men today. He said they can't deal with it, let alone deal with a woman today who's so far ahead of him socially that it's laughable at this point. Because women are social creatures, men are not. Think about how long it takes most men to not be socially awkward. It takes a very, very long time. Where girls, they're getting it right away. So now you have to deal with the society who don't care nothing about your emotions. And then, okay, I want a family and I want children. I want these things for myself. Now I have to deal with this beast that I know hardly anything about. And she's already been spent around that block a dozen times before you even can get on the track.
Ooh. Whoa. Wow. Dude,
Well,
bruh. Wow. Hey man, bro, that was good. That was good, man. Man, it's like that, man. It's so much like that for sure. Um, I was B. It's funny that you brought that up. You remember Miss Cheryl? We did a podcast.
yes,
Um, the mental therapist.
yes,
I was conversing with her on yesterday, and she had uh she had came by the studio just to, she real cool, man. She just came by, hey, just checking on you, whatever, because she's been a good friend who's been concerned about, when I lost my mom, my aunt, whatever, just someone who checks up
yes.
on you from time to time. Um, and so we were talking, and so she said, "Hey, Sean, so you good? You good?" I was like, "I'm all right." You know what I'm saying? It's like I
Yeah.
was like, "All right." She's like, "Sean, come on now. I'm a mental therapist. I know you see a therapist already. You can talk to me." And I said, "What's the sense in talking? Nobody don't listen to what we go through anyway. Nobody don't care." And she was like, "Whoa, whoa,
Right.
whoa, 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 whoa." She was like, "Hold on, hold
Mm-hmm.
on." She
Wait a
was
minute,
like,
that
"Well,
player.
yeah." So she said, so we got in an interesting conversation. She was like, "So do you honestly think women?" She said, "Do you put all women in a box?" I said, "Well, a part of me has put all women in a box because I haven't seen nothing different." I said, "There was
Mm-hmm.
one woman in my life who I knew who genuinely cared about me, and she cared about men and loved men, and she cared about their mental psyche, and that was my mother." You know what I'm saying? She would always check
Yeah.
on me and call me. When I was in the military, I'm overseas, or I'm living in a different state. I was living in Texas or Atlanta or whatever. She was always checking on how I'm doing mentally. I said, but in today's world, a lot of men feel as if we got to be the checkers, but nobody's checking on us.
Yeah.
And then she said something. She said, "Well, Sean, maybe that should be voiced more." I said, I said, on social media, men are speaking up more. A lot of
Yeah.
men are
They want
speaking
us
up
to
more.
shut
She's
up.
like, "Yeah, exactly." She was like, "Well, I'm not on social media." I said, "So I said, men are speaking up, but no one wants to listen still." I said, every time a man speaks up about the mental place, or how what men go through internally or mentally, you know, women look at them as if, you need to man up. Nobody want to hear all that or whatever. I say, so you can bitch, moan, and complain 365 days out of the year, you know, and we got to sit up there and listen to that bullshit shit. But soon as I voice it once out of the year, you got a whole problem with it. But I didn't sit there and listen to your dud ass for 365 days. I give you one day, and you got a problem with what I got to say. You want to turn a deaf ears.
Yeah.
I say that's why men. I say men are still speaking up. I say, but I said I from the consensus, if you don't have a woman who comes from a place of logic and common sense, you on an island by yourself, bruh. Now,
Yes, you are.
now there's some men that got some good women who got logic and who got common sense, who are not emasculating men, who are not making men feel a certain way based off of what they feel and what they go through. I said, man, let me tell you something. I lost a mother. I said, I lost a mother and a son. I say, the losses don't get no bigger than them two. I lost
Yeah.
a child and a mother. They don't get no bigger than that. I say, man, it wasn't nobody. I mean, people, they cared about you for a good, they cared about you for about a good little 2 weeks. And after that, it's like, hey, man, you got to shake that off or whatever. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I say, my bros checked on me more than any woman checked on me. And that's just being real. My homies checked on me more than any woman checked on me when it comes to my mental. And that's on my mama. So,
Yeah.
and she was like, really? I said, hey, I only can speak the truth. And I said, you be in full blown relationships, man. They ain't thinking about you. Hey, how'd your therapy session go today? You get that junk, you know, every now and then, but you checking up on her punk ass every day. I
Yeah.
said, and I said, men have to be careful of the women. Men have to be careful of the women that they choose now. You know, you got to be
Yes.
careful. You gotta see if she's family oriented. She love her kids. I mean, is she about family? Is she selfish or selfless? I mean, you know, where we have gotten in the whole world, man. And I was talking to her about it, and I said, Miss Cheryl, I say, look at the world now. It's all about self, 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 me,
Yeah.
peace, peace, peace. Finding myself. You got to find yourself like you are a $10 bill lost in last year's coat pocket, huh? I mean, it's by, you know, I got to process this. I mean, it's all about me. I say, so, and I said, and I broke it down, and she said, wow, that's a good point. I said, here, I said, I'm so glad my mom raised me in the church. I said, because in the Bible, it says, in the last days, people will become lovers of themselves. So if people become lovers of themselves, it's all about their self. And she said, you know what, Sean, there's no balance when it comes to the self stuff. There's got to be balance. When you are 100% for yourself, how can you be there for anybody else? How can you give to anybody else when you're 100%? It's all
Yes.
about you. You can't. It's impossible. It is impossible when you're 100% selfish about yourself. You ain't got nothing else to give to nobody else because it's all about you. Self, me. And society is programming people to just be about themselves. People are neglecting their husbands, their wives, their boyfriends, they neglecting each other because it's all about them. But that's why my mother always taught us, always know what the truth really is. I'm not
Yes.
going to get caught up into that self crap, because if I get caught up into that self crap, now I'm not one that the Bible talks about. I'm a lover of myself. That means I don't care nothing about nobody else. And once you become a lover of yourself, people have lost their human connectivity with each other, their human connection. They don't even communicate no more. They more married and in love and making love to their phones than they are with the person that they with.
Yeah.
And they so into social media than the person that they with. You could walk in a whole house. How I know this? Because I've been through this. You could walk in a whole house, person be on their phone on social media and won't even greet your dead ass. So I mean, hey, that's true.
Yes.
That is truthful. You can't refute that. Some man is going through that, and some woman is going through that. So
Yes.
what's your thoughts on that whole self, me, I stuff that's going on?
Man, I love me some me.
Yeah.
That's the generation now. I mean, it's it's really turned on its head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's human law number one is self-preservation. So
Right.
being worried about self, so being selfless is something that you can make an argument that most people are not. I mean, if you put 100 people in the room and you want somebody to sacrifice or be selfless, it's not going to be many hands go up in there, especially today. And that's the culture. That's what's been promoted. That's what it is. Everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to be known. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants their 15. Everybody wants to play the victim. Everybody
Yeah.
wants to be in front. That's the culture that we breeded. Man, it's gotten so bad to the point where now that people who aren't even actually good are getting famous and making money off of this stuff. Like they're not talented, but they're popular. Like people know them. They did something to go viral. A bunch of people seen the video, and now people are like, "Oh yeah, this person." And so now those type of people are getting into spaces previously they would have never have gotten in, simply because people watch them because of something stupid or something viral that happened. Think about that, Sean. Think about that. Like
Golly. Wow.
if you really think about that, like, because that's why the music today is what it is. Dude, the screenwriters and the actors are like they're over it. They're over and done. I mean, nothing original made today because it's all about popularity. Okay, we're gonna put this person in the forefront. We're gonna push this person in the forefront. This person is going to get the most views. This person is going to get the most clicks. So when you see that, obviously, if you see that over and over and over again, if you're on social media, every other post is you see something like that. You see somebody previously you didn't know, now you know them, and they got this big old following. You're like, man, who is this person? And what they're known for is probably something dumb.
Wow.
And now they're in an influential position. Of course, it's a me culture.
Yeah, yeah. It's a me culture, man. And
Yeah,
how do you deprogram your mind from that, man? You stop being a follower of it, pretty much.
yeah,
And that's why when I make a post, I just get off social media, man, because I don't want to waste time on it. I'll make a post and get off and go about my day. But there's some people, man, that are so socially influenced that that's they be all they end all to every day. I'd be like, God, does this person stay on social media all day long? It's like every hour you could go on their timeline and they have posted something every single hour. And it's just like you said, B. It's like people. I call them attention whores. They just
yes,
starving for attention. If you got to let the world know your every single move, down to where you traveling at, down to where what shoes you wearing, down to what you're wearing. I mean, you lacking some major attention in your life,
yes,
personally. That's just my outside observation. When you seek that much attention, you are lacking some major attention in your real life because, contrary to popular belief, social media is not real, people. It's a
yeah,
camouflage fakeness of dramatic proportions. It is not real. You got people, man. I see women who be posting, literally asking for money on social media, like literally. Hey,
yes,
can somebody send me $40? I got an emergency. Oh, if a man if he ain't doing that for you, he ain't worth this. You know what? You want my body. A lot of men want my body, but they don't want it. I'm like, well, damn, heifer. If you on there half naked, yeah, they want your body. I mean, what are you? I mean, that's the woman or that's the person who says they so dumb they think 4 plus 4 equals Jello. I mean, you are dumb.
yeah,
You putting yourself out there. You showing your ass. I mean, you half naked, and then you want, you know, hey, you got to afford this. I'm like, B, what the hell is going on out this?
um,
Listen, listen. I
yeah,
mean, for all you heifers, hoes, hoo-has, and hula-hoos, for all y'all out there, look, I ain't paying to be with your punk ass. Period. If I'm not in the, I ain't I'm gonna pay to be with you. You think somebody gonna buy? No, the dude. For all
Yeah.
the brothers all the men who want to buy her, dude, have at it. Have at
Have
it.
at it.
Good luck with that. Good. Kudos to you. I applaud you. But Sean, in the words of my, like Gwen say, I ain't
Yeah.
raised no weak men. I did not raise my men to grow up to be weak. You a weak man if you got to leave from your pocket to buy a woman based off her body alone. I ain't buying you, heifer. I don't care how you feel about it. Yes, all you heifers, hoes, hee-haws, and hula-hoos. I'm not buying nothing. You must be out your rabbit ass mind. Because you got the audacity to ask a man, post on social media, can somebody send me $40? Can somebody send me $100? Can somebody see, girl, you lost. You lost,
Yeah.
and you ain't never gonna be found. You somewhere out there in the spezzards looking like a damn fool, asking,
Mm-hmm.
begging for money on social media. Hell, you know what? You know, why don't you take a step higher? Why don't you just get out there on the corner and have you, I'll suck dick or we'll screw you for food. I mean, why don't you just do that? You probably have a better response than just posting random stuff on social media, just asking random men for money. B, that's what our world has gotten to.
Yeah.
I
That's
cannot believe where we at right now, bro.
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's exactly where we are, and it's only going to get worse, Sean. Like it's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
going to
Oh,
get
yeah. I
worse.
know that.
I
it's gonna
mean,
get, it's gonna get worse.
man, it's crazy, and it's going to get worse. People are going to tend to seek
Crazy.
more and more and more. And okay, when women do it, just like you broke that down, it's kind of expected, Sean. Like even when I see that, and I said, well, I was like, okay, it's kind of expected at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, I look, I kind of look at them like, like that you doing a little too much, baby. But I understand because that's kind of what they do. But when men do it, man, it's just like it's absolutely just like just like it turned my stomach. Like I'm like, dude, like I've never seen guys act like this. Like the only guys I know that have acted like that I've seen is like those who like the overly flamboyant actors or whatever. Because even the conservative, LGBT whatever dudes don't act like that. So when do we cross that line to with dudes doing that, man? Like you got them pushing chicks out the way to get the rappers, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, what? When I saw that, I was like, where are we going? Like
B,
where are
that's
we
that's
going?
that's really happening out there, man.
That's really happening out here. Yeah, but it's only going to, like I said, it's only going to continue to get worse. People are going to continue to attention seek, and social media has like it basically put it on steroids. Like everybody wants to go viral. Like people don't even want to work because they want to create some type of content or go viral or something like that. You want and equal outcomes. They want socialism. They want equal outcomes. They want to be able to get the same thing by doing significantly less. I mean, that's where we are. That's just where it is. And when you have people, society like that, like the losses are here, Sean. It's coming. Kevin Samuel used to say, he's like, winter is coming. No, winter is here. Like it's definitely here because the losses are going to continue to compound over and over and over again. It's going to get worse for each generation as it continues goes on. I mean, I don't know how you course correct this. I don't know how you change it, but that's what we're looking like. I mean, it's so bad to where I seen what this article said that getting in shape and working out and certain improvements, learning fighting skills and things like that's a right wing thing, like the extreme rights, like a Republican thing. Only those who are the conservatives. So if that's what you into, then you're against the liberals and the Dems and all of them. And I was like, are you got to be out your mind? Are you serious? I mean, is your demographic that fat and sad that you got to pander to them and make them feel better about the state they're in? to where you got just straight up lie like that. Like that's wild to me, Sean. But attention seeking, once again, like I said,
Bruh, listen, man. I don't even. You know what? I don't even know what to say, man. I just don't. I'm just at a loss at this point in the direction where the world is going. But I do know this: do not, and this is for men and this is for women. Sleep on your decisions and make your decision tomorrow morning. Never make a decision from an
yeah,
emotional place. Never do nothing from an emotional place. That old cliche, if you going through a loss and you went through a breakup, hey, the easiest way to get over somebody is to get up on another one. Listen, you're gonna feel worse the next day anyway. You're gonna feel terrible. When you are when you are in a room that's filled with emotions, you just need to just stay
yeah,
still and work through that stuff. Do not take my advice from somebody who did it wrong, not just once, twice, three times, four times, a lot of times. Get past your emotional crap and don't
yeah,
bring nobody else in that because it's definitely not fair to the individual. That's just my opinion. And then when it comes to this attention seeking, 9 times out of 10, is the attention real or is it just attention for the moment?
mm. Hey,
Is it real
yeah,
or is it attention for the moment?
yeah,
You can be fine as wine, ladies. Some of the baddest women in the world, then been dogged out, left behind, abandoned. Listen, if Halle Berry, man, all these bad women, from the Tony Braxtons to the Jennifer Lopez's. Listen, man, it's rough out there. You have to mind the company that you keep and literally get to know that person that they is all about you. But if you give it all up day one,
yeah,
9 times out of 10, you playing yourself because
yeah,
you ain't even taking a millisecond to get to know who this person is or who that female is or who that guy is. D,
yeah.
what your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts?
Listen. It's a short amount of time, especially though they got to stop lying. Stop lying to these young ladies. You got the older women. They just like they're sabotaging young women. Your time is past, man. I'm sorry, it's past. It is what it is, but it's gone. So stop sabotaging these young girls. Free sex is a waste for young women. That's a waste. Like there's literally a waste. She gets nothing out of that. Absolutely. Can you name the benefits she's getting out of that, except for a feeling for a moment? Like it is
That's it.
actual waste. Like it is. Like, but they keep pumping it up like, oh, it's empowering and how it makes me feel. And but come on with that. Like it's getting laughable at this point, man. Because now you got the young women like, well, I feel like I was lied to. Yes, baby, you were lied to. You were
You were lied
sabotaged.
to.
Yeah,
You were, man.
it is. It's you were sabotaged. And so with that being said, like this attention is only for the moment. So you'll get that attention from this guy or the guys you want or from random guys on the internet or whoever. You get this attention and then they see you do whatever and they're like, okay, well, that's it. I've conquered that. I've seen that or I conquered that or whatever I was here to get, I've gotten. Now, oh snap, look at that. Another girl just turned 18 and now the attention is diverted to her. And the same thing will happen in 15 seconds and then another 15 seconds and then another 15 seconds. So it's very short lived. So to sell yourself completely out for 15 seconds of attention is absolutely astonishing to me. Like it really is. I mean, that's literally what it is, Sean. It's like 15 seconds of attention. Because think about it, like women right now, women who previously weren't walking around with half their body out are starting to do it. And then you'll see it. They'll be like, oh, look who's the newest woman who's getting naked now. And you'll see it and they'll be like, oh man, I knew she looked good naked. I knew it. Now I actually know that she looks good naked. Okay, cool. I always wanted to see her naked. All right. That's it. That's over. Another 15 seconds. Some woman is doing the exact same thing somewhere else. And now it's her turn. So it's short-lived. And then for guys, it's an even shorter time. I mean, for you to get viral, to get views, to get clicks, as a guy, you actually have to be good. You can't just show your body. Like, so the time for guys is even shorter. So to sell yourself out for probably 0.5 seconds, you don't even get 15. I mean, with 0.5, I mean, the window is very small for guys because you have to have actual talent. Women don't. So the attention is short-lived, people. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, man. Talk about it. Seriously, you gotta be. You could go. And here's the thing. Oh Lord, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's the truth. Women, you got unattractive women, man. That's got a big time following. Unattractive,
Absolutely. Absolutely,
unattractive.
Sean.
Body is
Sean.
deplorable, but they got a huge following.
Sean, you know some of the biggest creators on OnlyFans, like those girls on OnlyFans, are some of the biggest creators. Dude, they face is about as average can be.
Right.
Hey, the girl next door look is dude that most guys are absolutely fine with that. And it doesn't matter how he look, what his status is, what his money is, whatever. The girl next door, you know, she's on the cuter, you know, a little bit on the cuter side. If she dresses it up, she'll raise herself up a little bit. But in her natural state, she's a little on the cuter side, you know, somewhat average, but on the cuter side. Most dudes gonna take that every single time. They snatching that off the table. They beating up the dude down the street to get to it. Like
All
that's
day
just
long.
all day long, all day
Yeah,
long.
yeah. They doing it, man. And you know what? I shit, man. Look. eh, I'm not gonna knock your hustle. You do what you got to do for you. I mean, kudos to
Nope.
you. If it whatever works, works. All I'm saying is that you're not going. If you why do that and then complain about the quality of men that's out here? Well, baby girl, you put yourself out there already. What
Yeah.
type of quality do you think you're going to find? If
Mm.
a man wants to cuff you or wife you or whatever, whatever it is, he's not gonna cuff that. I mean, will he smash? Oh, he gonna smash all day. You know why? He a man. He
Yeah.
gonna smash. You show up to him naked and whatever. He gonna smash. He a dude. That's what dudes do.
Yeah.
But when he want to settle down with quality, you gonna be the last thing he looking for. You know why? Because you didn't put yourself out there. When he found out that your body count through the roof, no, you gonna get the bare minimum, baby. Or you gonna get the dude who ain't never had a woman with a decent body or whatever. I mean, but a dude who's always had good looking women, always had fine women, he gonna be like, hell no, I can't bring you to my family. You can't meet my boys. Hell, one of my boys had probably seen you butt naked on OnlyFans or something. I can't take that risk. Your body
That's
count is
real.
high. 9 times out of 10, if I bring you around a certain amount of dudes, one of them then hit you. You know how bad it feels to have a woman that you into and you bring around the fellas and one or two of them are already smashed? Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah. But
I
they
don't
call
know
you
what that
weak.
feels like, and I don't never want to know what that feels like.
Yeah, I never want to know this. Like,
I don't know,
but they'll
but man,
call you
but
weak.
hey, but I ain't gonna call them out. I done had at least one or two partners that been in that situation. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking at him like the butt off boomerang with the smirk. Like, bro, man, you should evaluate that situation. But I mean, man, dude, if our body count just as high as yours, bro, I mean, what you expect? Yeah. And you living in a small place like our place, like Jacksonville, she got a high body count. Somebody you personally know that already didn't hit that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You ain't got nothing special. If she ain't yours, it's just your turn.
Take the loss. Take the
She
loss
ain't
and move
yours,
on.
bro. It's just your turn right now, homie. It's just your turn. All I can say is, hey, hell, she likes sex. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she like variety. I don't know. She a basket robber chick. She like all flavors. She trying to get out there. She living her best life. She living her best life with her legs wide open to everybody. I mean, I don't know what to say. But all I'm saying is, man, ma'am, miss, sis, don't put yourself out there like that, then. If you want a quality of man, don't put yourself out there like that. And you ain't got to be. It's so bad now. You got to go to people and be like, "Hey, man, bruh, you know anything about this chick?" I mean, it's you have to do that. You have to do that. You gotta do a check. You gotta do a check. Because men lie, women lie, just like the song. Men
Yeah,
lie, women lie. It,
yeah.
it happens. It happens. Bruh, it's hard out there in the streets.
It is.
All of, I just thank God, man, that I took myself out of that pool. I ain't got to worry about that nonsense. I ain't got to worry because, man, hey, hey, look, man, I can't do it. I'm not judging you. I can't judge nobody because, man, hey, man, my track record is ratchet. So all I'm saying is, if I'm
Yeah,
trying to cuff somebody and I don't want this to be my main chick, I don't want no. I just don't want a chick who'd been ran through by the whole Jaguars football team. I'm sorry. It's something about that just gives me pause. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, America. I'm sorry. But I'm just speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm laughing, but I'm laughing because I'm immature. I'm sorry. I'm really immature. So B, are we speaking truthfully or are we speaking truthfully, bro?
I mean, you're not gonna get it much raw than right here, right now, because I have no incentive to lie to you. Like I don't have to lie to you. I can tell you exactly what it is because as far as a cancel culture and all of that, I ain't got nothing to cancel. This is just this is what it is. Now, one day I may have that, but even then, the way it's set up, Sean, you can't cancel people, especially people, someone who's good, like someone
Right.
who's good. The only way you able to get somebody out of here who's actually good at what they do, like you got to put them in jail. Like they have the jail or in the coffin. That's the only way you're going to be able to stop them because they're going to shine regardless. Like they how many times they cancel Kanye?
Oh
I lost
man.
count. I've lost count. I've lost count, and
Right.
still going strong. It's a lot of people, but the haters are out there. I think the haters are many, and that's not just to say haters on me because I'm just me. So, but haters in general, like the people don't want to see people do well, or if they do, they want to see them lose it. Like if more than anything, people love to see a story of triumph, but they love even more of seeing the fall after triumph. Like it's amazing. Negativity like reigns. I mean, it's been proven. 100 comments on a post you made, all positive, is one negative comment. That's the one you see. I mean, that's just
Right.
what it is.
Right, bro. I mean that is so that is so true, man. I just wish we as a people could just be ourselves and just stay in your normal, genuine authenticity, man. I mean, it's just it just this social acceptance stuff, man, has ran so rapid, man, that people are depressed when they don't have people that like them or they don't have enough likes or all these different things, man. Listen, man, y'all, I don't know. We just got to do better, man. We just got to do better, man, and quit working because all it is, it just leads to the topic. You are working from an emotional place.
Yeah,
Attention, attention. That's an emotional thing that makes you feel good when you're getting a certain amount of attention,
yeah,
but it's not real attention. It's just attention for that moment that you're in right now. Do you want real attention or do you want the fake attention? Or do you want as much attention as you can actually get? How much more attention do you actually need? I mean, I
um,
don't get it. Because there's people out here talking about some major things and good things and doing some major movement in social media. But guess what, B? They ain't half naked. They ain't taking their clothes off. So they ain't getting as much attention as people on OnlyFans.
Yeah. I mean, just that's what it is. Like me starting my podcast. I know it's women who started a podcast not too long ago, and they've like quadrupled up any of the numbers that I've ever done. And they ain't got an ounce of passion for it. Don't even really want to do it, but just decided, oh, I'm gonna do it just to do it. And because it's a woman, bam, there it is. I mean, but and it's not a complaint. We as men, we accept this, and we got to work. We know the competition on our side is very, very stiff. But hey,
Ooh,
on the
so
women's
stiff.
side, yeah, the competition is not as stiff as far as male attention, but the reign at the top is very short.
Man, very, very short, man. Hey, hey. All I'm gonna do, listen, man, to all the bros out there that's really working to be better men. I applaud you. To all the men working to be better fathers, to heal from your trauma, whatever you got to do to be a better man, be
Yeah,
that. Be that. Don't worry about if no one cares or nothing. Me and B, we talk about it so much. We really don't even on the cool. I don't even get offended no more.
don't
It don't even bother me anymore. It really
no,
don't. I see the world for where it is. I know I just don't entertain those type of people. If you don't care
yeah,
nothing about me, then guess what? I don't give a damn about you either. So we good. We just broke even because it's I'm not even gonna have no attitude with you because I know I see the world for what it is. But I've always known the world for what it was because Gwen raised me and Lynn to understand and to think. And I just put people in that equation of the world. My mom has always told me as a little boy, the world don't care nothing about you. And
yeah.
some parents don't let their kids know small that the world don't care nothing about them. So they go out in the world thinking everybody's supposed to care about them. Theoretically, that's a false narrative because the world don't care nothing about you. It
Don't.
doesn't. So I'm so glad that my mom told me and my brother that at a young age. So when people be, saying I care about you and act like you don't care, I mean, well, I
Mm-hmm.
well, you just showed me you was fake anyway, so it don't even matter to me. It don't hurt my
Mm-hmm.
feelings at the end of the day because my mom always told me that the world don't care nothing about me. So it's not shocking. It's not
Yeah.
shocking. It's shocking to me when I've invested time in an individual and they supposed to be my woman and they act like they don't give a damn. Now that is gonna ruffle my feathers. But the majority of the world and what women say and how they really don't care about it and how they not listening and men can talk all day and they really not tuning in to what we're saying. It doesn't phase me because I'm trying to reach the women that are listening, not the majority that I know that's not listening. I know that's not listening. I know the women that's not listening based off what they post. I know I'm not me and B ain't getting through you based
Yeah.
off what you post, baby. So we're not even offended. We're not even offended. You keep doing you. But we're trying to reach the people who choose to listen because listening is a choice. We're not putting a gun to your head. The women who choose to listen to us, like the women who comment and the women who applaud and the women who follow us and the women who hit likes or whatever, we're talking to them to sharpen their game, not the women who are delusional that don't worry about sharpening their game and the ones who just worry about themselves. We don't take this the wrong way, but we don't give a damn about y'all no way. Because we already know that y'all don't care. So we really trying to reach the people that do care. Or people who are like, you know what, maybe I need to change my perspective. Maybe Sean and B, man, Sean and Brand, they really talking about something. And maybe I need to work on making some adjustments. But not everybody is willing to do that. Period, B. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, most aren't. I mean, that's just what it is, and let's not get it twisted. Going on the ladies or whatever, but these dudes the same thing. I mean,
Right.
because and what's crazy is I'll have men telling me that what I say regarding women is problematic before a woman will tell me that.
Right.
That amazes me, man. That
Hmm.
absolutely amazes me. And one of the reasons why society is the way it is with the nobody cares about men is because you have that sector of men that get behind women. So they gonna go where the women go. They're gonna do what the women do. The simps are gonna simp. That's what they're gonna do. So when those issues come up, guess what? Women don't care. So the men who are simps are not going to care either. And then they're going to support the not caring of it. That's why it's so strong. It's because men support it. That's one of our biggest issues.
That's so true, B. My mother always said that real women get behind real men. So you can't expect, if a man is leading from a real man place, and he's on his purpose and he's on his square, a real woman is really going to get behind that. But when you call yourself a man and you're supporting the things that's going against what's going on in society and what is happening right now in current events, yeah, just like you say, B, it makes their platform, what they're standing on, it makes it more stronger because you are supporting, you are condoning that type of behavior. Real men stand up and be like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be done. And I'm not going to sign off. I ain't co-signing. I can't get behind that. I'm not going to get behind. I'm a man at the end of the day, and I know my purpose. I know my position. I know God made me first for a reason. I'm not going to get behind anything that's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Because my mom always raised me, and she always reminded me that God made you first for a reason. Never forget that reason, and never forget that purpose. Once you get behind what society says and you put yourself as a man on the back burner, when God made you first, now you are part of this ongoing issue in America right now. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I cannot get behind that nonsense because I'm a man and I support my brothers, black, white, Indian, Puerto Rican, whatever. Now I'm a man at the end of the day, so I'm going to support my men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But bruh, if you coming at me with that mangina shit, I'm not getting on board with that, bro. I'm sorry. Don't you know what? You get over there with the females because you got a mangina. I ain't getting behind no mangina. I got a penis. I ain't got no mangina. So you get on that side, bro. You get on left. I'm gonna stick with my real man on the right. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Because at the end of the day, I'm a man and I know my purpose and I know who I am. Men have forgotten where they are and they've gotten off their square and they don't even know who the hell they are anymore.
Dog. Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's the clown world. That's the clown world we live in, and that's why
Exactly, B.
loss is so great now. And now, and you know what's the thing about loss too, Sean? Loss is now publicized. It's broadcasted for the masses to see.
Right.
People like to watch loss, man. People they want to see it. They can't get enough of it. Outside of entertainment and the things that make you feel good, people want to see that. People want to see the loss. People want to see the devastation, man. It's crazy. They've packaged loss for the masses and now they're broadcasting it to us. Like it's crazy. And then people want to broadcast their loss on social media just so they can get pity, sympathy, go viral or whatever. Like it's very different today, Sean.
Hmm. Wow. But B, it's true. It goes on the same lines of anything that's negativity. People gravitate towards it.
Yeah,
I mean,
negativity
it just do, man.
wins
B,
every time.
it's like a wreck on the highway, man. The traffic is not because of the traffic. The traffic is because of people rubbernecking.
Yeah,
People automatically gravitate toward anything drastic, devastating. They are so nosy. I done seen so many dead bodies in my life. I don't want to see. I don't even want to stop and see another dead body on the highway. I'm trying to get to my destination, but you can't get to your destination, so everybody's nosy because they want to see what's going on. That's why traffic is backed up. It's not backed up because of the traffic. It's backed up because everybody wants to gravitate to what's going wrong
Yeah.
instead of paying attention to what's ahead. And I like to that's a good analogy. How can you move forward and get better when you always looking at the wreckage on the side of the road? So
Yeah.
you can't move forward because you too busy looking for the wreckage. You want to be in that bad news. You know what I'm saying? You just love bad news. I don't know why society they gravitate toward that negative so much, man. And that's crazy, B. It's crazy, B, that positivity is way less popular than negativity is. Hey, that's
Yeah.
man, that's crazy. That's
That's
the craziest shit.
and they try to convince you that the positive person is problematic, Sean.
Yeah. It's B. Exactly. Exactly. B. Exactly. B, how long we
Yeah.
been on this thing? Been on this thing for about an hour?
Yeah, go ahead and rap.
What's your final thoughts, man? If you had a final thought, B, what would you be? What would be your final thought of the night?
Final thought of the night. Well, like I've opened, don't don't compound the loss, man. Don't make the loss worse. Don't continue to go in that direction. Change course. Change course. It's never too late. It's never too late to change course. Never. I don't get what the situation is, what you're going through, what you got going on. It's never too late to change course to something that is more beneficial for you. Because why keep going the same direction? You keep compounding the loss. And you know, and I know there are those people who have those moments of despair and they feel zeroed out and they feel like there is no way out. You know, I would only encourage you to talk to someone and don't try to deal with that type of stuff on your own. But the quickest way for you to get into a better space is to change direction and change what you were doing. Like that's what I had to do. I completely changed my life in like a year. I mean, it amazes me to this day. Hey, all them old photos, Sean, them things keep popping up. I see every day the things keep popping up, and I just be looking like, ooh, boy, look at here. I'm thank God for growth. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I be saying about that. Change course, man. Change course. Change your outlook. Change your horizon. Change the side of town you're on. Change the city you live in.
Mm,
Change it.
that's that's good, man. That's real good. That is real good, bro. You know, man, boy, I could keep going on this thing. Boy, I could really keep going because it's such a it's a really good topic, man.
Yeah.
Um, you know, try like I said before, just make sure when you make when it comes to any type of loss, whether it's death, whether it's materialistic, whether it's money, um, no matter what it is, a relationship, a marriage. I mean, make sure you take the time to work yourself out of that emotional place before you make any major decisions. Because sometimes when you're in the wrong place mentally, you can make a messy decision, and what it does, it adds more of a detriment than it does a help. So you
Yeah.
don't have to rush into anything when you're in that emotional place. Um, and I've made a lot of bad decisions based off losses of money, my other business in Texas, all different types of things, relationships. You know, I've made a lot of bad decisions. And so you know, I've learned a lot because what I do a lot is I do a lot of self-examination over the decisions that I made over the years. I'm not reliving them, but I go over them in my head so I don't make any future bad decisions. And I
Yeah.
make sure I shut down. And when I shut down, I block everybody out, so to speak, because I don't want to make no decision or say something wrong that's going to hurt somebody else based off what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that, B. And it's it's just one of those things. And I made a post. I'm gonna read this post. I said, and it was just a post. I was just pretty much talking to God. I said, Lord, help me and help others to learn to be swift to hear and slow to speak. And a lot of times we speak out of turn without even trying to understand. To think before speaking, the problem isn't the problem. It's sometimes it's the lack of mental depth of listening to understand in order to comprehend what's being said so that we can apply it to rectify issues. And a lot of times we're not listening to each other's um, and what that person is in that place so we can get a better understanding. So I try to stay different on purpose because I don't want to be like society. I don't want to be a follower of people or trends because you can get so easily caught up into social acceptance. And a lot
Yeah.
of people so caught up into social acceptance, man, because they're lacking something in their life. And they're too blind, be that they can't even see it, recognize it, or even acknowledge it. They just lost right now. Will they always be that way? I don't know. Me and you don't have those answers. That's for each individual to pretty much do a self-examination on themselves to work themselves out of it. Until people take the time and patience to understand each other, we gonna continue to walk around thinking we got everything figured out. But theoretically, we are just walking around lost, pretending we are found due to the absence of an open mind, having zero knowledge of comprehending anything to truly understand due to all the noise and only hearing our own voice. And that's what people are doing on social media, man. They're gravitating to it. I mean, you got to work yourself out of that, man. Until you work yourself out of it, you're not going to get to that place to where you're going to really feel at peace from within because you're too busy trying to get accepted from social media or society for that matter. That would be my final thought. But man, thank y'all for tuning in. Listen, y'all check out my boy Brandon Lampley, the brother Shaw. B, how can the people where's all the places that people can reach you on social media, bro?
Just about every platform. Put in Brandon Lampley. I stream live to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Catch me on usually on Tuesday evenings for my sports show. Last one was a good show. We should be back at it this Tuesday as well. And of course, me and Sean will be back on my platform sometime next week.
That's right. So we the boys are back in full effect. So next show we'll be on. It'll be on Brandon's show. I don't know what topic he gonna be bringing, but I know he gonna be bringing that heat.
Oh yeah, yes, we're gonna bring the heat.
Gonna bring the heat, man. Listen, man. Eat to live this weekend. Don't live to eat. Good people. Listen, man. I'm a fitness nut. So listen, take care of them bodies, man. Hey, listen. You take care of your body. Your body can't. If you don't take care of your body can't take care of you. So no matter what me and Brandon have talked about today, don't ever get away from taking care of this. This is vitally important for any type of success that you want to have in this life, and even for your mental acuity too as well. Thanks for everybody who always tunes in to me and Brandon. Thank for the likes, the support, and everything. Listen, subscribe to our YouTube channels. My YouTube channel is the No Judgment Zone. B, what's your YouTube channel?
It's Brandon Lampley, my name.
Brandon Lampley. He already told you. Subscribe. Hey, support the bros, man. Support the bros. Support the bros. Just check us out. Listen, man, we'll catch you guys next time. Be easy, everybody. Have a good weekend, homie.
All right, man. You too.
All right. Peace.